President Joe Biden raised human rights issues when he spoke to Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz on Thursday, but the White House didn't say if the two men discussed murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
In their conversation, President Biden affirmed the importance the United States places on universal human rights and the rule of law, the White House said in a readout of the call.
The president told King Salman he would work to make the bilateral relationship as strong and transparent as possible. The two leaders affirmed the historic nature of the relationship and agreed to work together on mutual issues of concern and interest, the readout noted. The White House did not immediately respond to DailyMail.com's inquiry on whether Khashoggi was part of their conversation.
The call came ahead of the expected release of a declassified intelligence report on the 2018 murder of the dissident journalist.
The administration will name Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as the man who approved Khashoggi's murder when it releases the report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, which is expected to come this week.
4 U.S. officials told Reuters the forthcoming report, to which the CIA was the main contributor, assesses that the Crown Prince approved and likely ordered the murder of Khashoggi.
Biden told reporters at the White House on Wednesday that he's read the report. President Joseph R. Biden Jr. spoke today with King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia to address the long-standing partnership between the United States and Saudi Arabia. Together they discussed regional security, including the renewed diplomatic efforts led by the United Nations and the United States to end the war in Yemen, and the U.S. commitment to help Saudi Arabia defend its territory as it faces attacks from Iranian-aligned groups. The president noted positively the recent release of several Saudi American activists and Ms. Lajain al-Haflal from custody, and affirmed the importance the United States places on universal human rights and the rule of law. The president told King Salman he would work to make the bilateral relationship as strong and transparent as possible. The two leaders affirmed the historic nature of the relationship and agreed to work together on mutual issues of concern and interest.
A classified version of the report on Khashoggi's death was given to Congress in late 2018. But the Trump administration declined to release a declassified version.
Saudi King Salman, 85, is the head of government, but the Crown Prince, his heir, is seen as the power behind the throne.
Bin Salman has denied involvement in the October 2018 murder of Khashoggi, a Saudi dissident who wrote columns critical of MBS, as the Crown Prince is known. MBS did accept responsibility for the assassination as the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia. And Riyadh eventually admitted that Khashoggi was killed in a rogue extradition operation gone wrong. 5 men were given the death penalty for the journalist's murder but had their sentences commuted to 20 years in prison after being forgiven by Khashoggi's family.
Khashoggi fled Saudi Arabia in September 2017 to live in self-imposed exile. He was writing columns critical of the Saudi government, including of both King Salman and MBS, for the Washington Post when he was killed.
In October 2018, Khashoggi visited the Saudi consulate in Istanbul to pick up the paperwork required for his marriage to a Turkish citizen. He was never seen leaving.
According to reports, while there he was drugged, killed and dismembered by a team of assassins sent in from Saudi Arabia. His remains have never been recovered. Biden's call with the king comes after the White House last week announced a recalibration of American relations with Saudi Arabia. "We've made clear from the beginning that we're going to recalibrate our relationship with Saudi Arabia," White House Press Secretary Psaki said last week. She said part of that recalibration would include Biden speaking to the Saudi king, instead of MBS, a marked change in policy from the Trump administration.
Part of that is going back to engagement counterpart to counterpart. The president's counterpart is King Salman, and I expect that, at an appropriate time, he would have a conversation with him, Psaki said.